Hello and thanks for joining me today. I'm going to show you a great little coloring technique that I learned from attending a stamp class through Mary Black. So thank you to Mary for this technique. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to use some transparency paper, or actually window sheets from Stampin' Up. But I did use a piece of transparency paper just to do all my coloring with, so I will show you that in just a minute. But we're actually going to color, we're going to use our re-inkers and just color the background of this card, and then we're going to use a window sheet and place it right over the top of our color and then stamp on it. So I'll show you how this all works. It's a very simple technique, but it's quite messy, so I'll just kind of forewarn you with that. So let me start with, I have a piece of transparency paper that I had, an old piece of paper, and this is what we're going to use to do the coloring. So all I did was take the piece of paper and score it right down the middle so that I have kind of a folder to work with. And then I decided to use 4 different colors for this card. So we are going to use some pumpkin pie, some crushed curry, old olive, and baked brown sugar. And what I'm going to do is just take my re-inker, and I'm simply going to open up my transparency paper here, and I'm going to just randomly drop bits of ink onto this transparency paper, and you don't have to be perfect with it. So that was the pumpkin pie, and then here's the crushed curry that we're gonna put in here, because we want to just get some random color with all of these re-inkers. So the top part I did in like the orange and the yellow, and then the bottom part is I'm going to put on the green, if I can get it out, the old olive. And again, we just want to kind of get color all over this paper. And then here's the brown sugar. We'll just kind of mix that in there. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is just take I just have a regular bottle full of water. So I'm just going to spritz some water in here, just enough to cover everything. And then I'm going to close the flap and just kind of spread the color around so I get everything colored that I want. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about perfection. And then I'm just going to let it open itself up here. And here's the messy part. And then you'll want to have your paper all ready to go, which I do. I have 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock, and they're each cut to 5 by 3 3/4 inches. And I'm using 2 together. I don't know if you can see that. So I want to, because I can make 2 cards out of this actually. So I'm just going to lay this in there and then press this back down on top. And I just want to hold it, kind of let the color spread around. Okay. And then I'll let the transparency paper open up again, and I will take out my sheets of paper. So I have 1, and it doesn't look very pretty, just like this. So here I didn't get enough on the sides. And I'm just going to move this messy piece out of the way. And then what I'm going to do, it dries fairly quickly. So what I'm going to do is grab my window sheet, and my window sheet I cut to the exact same size as this piece of paper that I just colored. So it's 5 by 3 3/4 inches. And I'm just going to lay this directly on top, just like that. Then I'm going to get my black StazOn ink. And I'm using StazOn because it's permanent. And I need it to be permanent so that I can stamp on this transparency paper. And I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm using the Lovely as a Tree, one of the images from Lovely as a Tree. And I'm just going to figure out where I want this on here. So I want my trees kind of up towards the middle. And then I'm just going to stamp it on there. And there you go. And then of course I have to add a little sentiment. So on the last one I did Get Well. I think I'm going to do Happy Birthday because I have a birthday coming up. So we'll stamp that on there. Happy birthday. And that's all you have to do. And then you just put your card together. So for this particular card, I have Old Olive as my card base. And then I decided to put some Cajun Craze on here, and then this will go on here. Okay, so once you secure everything together, then you have your pretty little card. And I really like how the colors just kind of all blended together. And again, you don't even really notice the imperfections, and the imperfections give it a little bit of character. So I hope you enjoyed that coloring technique, and thanks for watching.